Hi Yr10s, I hope you're well. I couldn't really find anything on YouTube to explain this concept, so I'm going to do it myself. Hopefully you can see the board clearly enough. You're doing electrons and shells and electronic configurations this week. So you don't need to remember what the shells are labelled as. For example, K, L, M, N. You just need to know the first shell can only hold a maximum of 2 electrons. The second shell can only hold a maximum of 8. The third shell can actually hold a maximum of 18. But there's a little exception called the 8 rule that I want to talk about, because the fourth shell can also hold a maximum of 23. Though the outer shell will only ever hold a maximum of 8. So here we go. I'm going to do an example. We'll just skip straight into calcium. Okay, think about calcium. Calcium is in period 4, group 2. So have a think about how many shells it'll have, how many outer shell electrons. It's group 2, so it's going to have 2 outer shell electrons. It is period 4, so it's going to have 4 shells. I'm not going to draw the nucleus with all the protons and neutrons. So the first shell can only hold a maximum of 2. Okay, remember that our calcium, it's 20. Remember it was group 2, period 4. Okay, so I've got to have 4 shells. I've got my first shell, 2 electrons. That's the maximum. Second shell can hold 8 electrons. So I'm up to 10 electrons at the moment. Third shell, now right at the start of this I just said that the maximum number of electrons that the third shell can hold is 18. At the moment though, the third shell is the outer shell, so it can only actually have 8 in it. So the last two, because I'm actually up to 18 electrons, the last two will appear in the fourth shell. 4 shells, 1, 2, 3, 4, period 4. 2 outer shell electrons, also known as valence electrons, in group 2. Now, if you're looking at your periodic table, quick, grab your periodic table. You've got calcium, okay? And it is at number 20, atomic number 20. We only have to go up to 20. I haven't talked about anything higher than 20. I want you, though, to have a look at Scandinavian. Scandinavian is in number 21, okay? So, it's actually got 21 electrons. So I want you to look at that first row of those transitional metals. This is where I now have 2 electrons in that fourth shell. I can go back now and fill in that third shell with those other 10 electrons. And if you have a look at your transitional metals, that top row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're the ones that are going back into that third shell. So from Scandinavian to zinc. So let's do Scandinavian. All right. 1. And then we could do titanium. And then we could do vanadium. Then we could do chromium. Then we could do manganese. We could do iron. We can do cobalt, nickel, and then we have copper and zinc. Then I can move on to the fourth shell and fill in the fourth shell, and that would be galenium, germanium. They would end up in here until I get my 8. Then I would need to do a 5th shell with the 2 electrons. Then I could go back in and fill in my 4. Thank you so much. I hope you caught on to the 8 rule. Bye.